and gentlemen, it's time.
Number 2 of our 4-game set underway. Robert Williamson and Van Penaway and Kelly Court, Sprague and Hall, University of Alabama in Huntsville.
Right, and then right off the bat, it's already loud in here. Both teams got cheerleaders here and got spectators and great atmosphere.
Of course, Van Penaway, longtime coach. I don't know how many wins. I mean, can you count them all? Do you know how many wins?
Yeah, I think we were over 450, I think.
Wow.
459 or something like that.
Always a treat to have you on the coverage, and you are here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Opening game, Bishop State knocks off Coastal Alabama South convincingly, but no disparagement at all to South. I mean, man, did they put up a fight under really adverse elements for them, but kind of what we expected in the opening game.
Right, that's true. And in this game, both of these teams, they like putting points on the board. Lawson State comes in averaging 72 points a game, and Calhoun at 69. And both of them are attacking the basket early.
Starters for Calhoun, the two Rogers, Kasaya and Lasaya. Micaiah Horrison, Tashante Watkins, and Kennedy Hawkins, all part of the starting 5. Meanwhile, for Lawson State, Aaliyah Farrell, Destiny Nelson, Imani Wofford, Jakaya Womack, and Keziah Say getting the starting 9. In a 2-2 game early. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be watching today's coverage, whether it's in the state of Alabama, somewhere close to Calhoun, somewhere close to Lawson State, or some other part of the world.
Right, Lawson State's coming out in man-to-man. They're trying to apply pressure.
That'll slip through the fingertips of Micaiah Horrison. And it'll be Lawson State basketball. Three ball. Off the rim, rebounded by the Warhawks. That is given to Watkins. Watkins with a drive. She will put it up. Got the rim. Loose ball retrieved by Hankins. So make that Hawkins.
Lawson State looking to push the basketball, trying to get something easy out of transition.
Into the corner, the 3 ball from Destiny Nelson. Got it to bounce in.
3-point shot out of their interim break.
There's a 3 ball, too strong. Battle for the loose ball, and it's the Cougars that come up with it. To the other end of the floor, it goes Wofford. That is thrown away in the corner.
Yep, they're trying to push. They're trying to get the easy baskets for Calhoun, get that half-court defense set up.
Calhoun is brought, and Lawson State is brought. Both teams substantially closer to this place than Bishop State and Mobile and Coastal South and Bay Minette, and you can tell by the crowd on hand.
Right, they got spectators, they got cheerleaders, they got an at-home atmosphere for each team.
We got a Warhawk in the house. Handoff given to Nelson, and then the perimeter 2 from Wofford to miss. Tracked down by Hawkins. I checked that by Say. Tipped over to Nelson. Nelson with a drive. And that will go out of bounds, but apparently got Nelson on the way out. I thought it had touched Horrison of the Warhawks. Here comes Precious Sturdivant into the game.
Precious Sturdivant, replacing number 21, Jakaya Womack.
Out of the game is Womack, and Womack immediately dabbing the eyes. I think there was a contact issue with Womack.
Right, on that first play, she got raked across the face.
Got a little bump, and the bump came from Tashante Watkins.
Homegrown, Watkins is from Decatur, Alabama. That's the home of Calhoun.
Put in play by Nelson. Handed over to Farrell. Working it down low. Shot over Owens.
Yeah, both of these teams are driving the basketball. They're trying to get to the basket. That's a good sign.
Dominique Owens now in the ball game for the Warhawks. The freshman out of Birmingham. Three-pointer. Drained by Lasai Rogers.
They're going to get it for the carry on that.
So Farrell with the carry. Calhoun with the basketball. Lawson State with the lead. Last week we were down in Mobile, Alabama for the D2. This year you don't have a North and a South in the ACCC. You got a D1 and a D2.
Do you like that format better?
I wish, this is me, I know that, and I've got it from a different view as compared to the people that make the decisions. I actually wish the whole conference was D2. I think it would make them noticeably more competitive at the national level. Although they're already more competitive at the national level, if you take a look at the volleyball,
right,
where they went to D2 this year, and Wallace Hansville, representing the ACC, won more games this year than in the 10 years prior.
Wow.
Off on the three try from Horrison. That'll roll out of bounds.
Right, having problems in transition. But they're trying to push early, and that's a good brand of basketball. You try to score before the defense is set, so you don't have to play 5-on-5. Good strategy. That should be an offensive foul. They got a block on it.
Well, I think the defender, who became the offender,
right,
agreed with you. Thought it was offensive. That was Destiny Nelson.
Yeah, Coach Vincent agreed. Coach agrees with me. Coach Wiley from Lawson State. He thought she was there.
What a great name, too, for a coach, because that just fits his character. He's a wily character. Yeah. I mean, he's going to have his teams ready to play come postseason. They may come up and lay an egg occasionally in the regular season, but when it comes time to play, he's got them ready. Hawkins missing the first of two. One of two to make it a bucket ball game. Over to the other side of the floor to Nelson. Just outside the lane, Sturdivant. Sturdivant with a miss. Got officials looking at one another going, I'm not sure. What about you?
Yeah, help me. But I think they got the call right. The ball belongs to Lawson State.
Cougars letting play from the baseline, nearly lost by Farrell, able to get it back into the corner to Wofford. Wofford with a miss on the three, retrieved by Owens.
Good push. Yeah.
Dead ball inside 5. We're going to take a media break. And heading into the first media timeout, it is the Cougars with a 2-point lead.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
We got a pretty good seat in the house, but those folks may have us beaten right there on floor level. Enjoying the Warhawks and the Cougars.
Right, this is a good venue to watch basketball. I come over here a lot to watch the Chargers play. Anytime I get an opportunity when Alabama A&M's not playing, I check in on my Chargers. We're all in the same city. A lot of history between the two schools.
Too, I like these arenas where it's pretty good size, 2,500. It will seat, but it doesn't feel like a 2,500 seat place. It's kind of quaint.
Yeah.
The design of the seating, the fans all got a great look and kind of bunched in on one another, which gives you a little more electricity. 3-ball, that'll create some electricity from Asia Wiltshire. Lawson sending it over to Rogers. Rogers with a down low give to Owens. Bumped down after the miss. Back over to Rogers.
Good drive.
Baseline for Hawkins.
Yeah, go get Hawkins on the baseline. That was a good move. She just stepped out of bounds.
Walking it to the top of the key is Wiltshire. Hands it over to Farrell. Wofford to Sturdivant off on the 3. Just a little bit strong. Owens grabbing the rebound. Outlet over to Rogers. From the top of the key. Trying to cut a big bite out of that lead was Rogers. Missed it from long range.
Yep, that was a 22-foot shot. She shot at 20.
Replacing number 23,
Keziah and Lasaya.
Calhoun's coming back into this zone now.
Sophomore sisters and twins for the Warhawks. Fed, wow, execution was nice, but the miss by Lewis. And as Hawkins into the paint, Farrell takes it away.
And they throw it right.
Almost thrown away, but the athleticism of the Cougars.
They're going to get a walk on that one.
Yeah, extra step there by Lewis.
Yep, Lewis took that bunny hop to try to power up.
Timeout. Calhoun,
Got a timeout on the floor. It is a 5-point ball game, Lawson State. Got the first points and still lead at 7 minutes in. Five-point Lawson State lead. Second of 2 quarterfinals. Bishop State winning the opening game. As that is put up from the corner. 3-ball a little strong for Wiltshire.
Calhoun with the push.
Over to Rogers. Knocks down the 3. There was a whistle while the ball was en route.
Yeah, they got to count the basket. Yep.
Basket counts, but the foul called on Owens.
Yeah, that was a good look in transition.
Foul charge to Calhoun Community College's number 21, Dominique Owens. Her first, team's first.
Fed into the paint to Lewis. Kicked over to Wiltshire. She'll shoot the 3 off the rim. Retrieved by Horrison. Rogers to Rogers. That is Lasaya with a miss on the 3. Owens trying to power her way back for 2. Hawkins has it.
Right. Good offensive rebounding by Calhoun. They're doing a pretty good job on the offensive glass.
Fed over to Hawkins, fades near the elbow, a little strong.
Yeah, coach wanted a foul on that one.
A couple of teams playing like they want to play some basketball again tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Lewis kicking it over to Wiltshire, and there was a miscommunication. And it turns into 2 in the tie game.
Unforced turnover. Calhoun took advantage of it.
$11 apiece. Off the glass, looked like it might dribble in, but the miss by Lewis.
Yep, that one did everything but drop.
Opportunity for Calhoun to take their first lead. Too strong with the Rogers 3. And you got a jump ball. It will stay on the Calhoun end of the floor.
Checking in for Lawson State, number 15, Brianna Howell. And number 30.
11 apiece.
Baseline out of bounds. Lawson State is trying to go to this zone.
Over it goes to Hawkins. Off the rim, off Owens, battle for the rebound. Got a couple of bodies laying on the floor.
Right, that was going back to Lawson State.
So we'll take it to the other end of the floor. 48 seconds remaining in the first. Over it goes to Farrell. That is a new face on the floor. Tamia Muse, 5'8" sophomore from Birmingham with a half minute to go in the first.
That was a good block by Hawkins that time.
Checking in for Calhoun, number 24, Messiah McMahon. Replacing number 21, Dominique Owens.
Put in play for the baseline by Jortasia West. Gets it to Muse. West, short on the short 2. And there's a foul on the floor, apparently charged to the Warhawks. And that will be charged to McIver. Messiah McIver, the Conyers Georgia product. Well, will we go into quarter number 2 tied at 11, or will there be a Warhawk or a Cougar lead? Farrell tries.
Good pass. Good drop off.
Foul going to be called on Jada Colley.
That's going to send Powell to the free throw line.
Community College's number 10, Jada Colley, her first, team's fifth.
That'll be the first on Colley. And the first of 2 free throws to break the 11-all tie.
For Lawson State, number 15, Brianna
Dropped in by Brianna Howell.
And she shoots it at 64% clip.
Last possession of the first stanza. Rogers to Rogers, Stephon Curry 3.
Think they've done that a time or two?
Done it a time or two before.
Yeah.
And Calhoun's first lead takes us into the second.
13.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes. Act with respect. and be officially human.
Crowd really engaged during that timeout.
There is just a different feel to this game as compared to the prior one. And again, not taking anything away from the prior, I keep quoting, you've never heard of a rock band called Styx, huh? You have? Yeah. Went to a concert and the guy says to the crowd, we brought the music with us, but you brought the magic with you.
Yep.
Crowd brings the magic.
Yes. And they're into it, both sides, Lawson State fans and the Calhoun fans.
Over it goes to McIver, feeds it into the paint, picked off by the Cougars.
And Lawson State has, they're going to get for a walk. But Lawson State has done their best basketball out of transition, either out of their break or their interim break. They've been getting some pretty good looks, so I think they need to continue that.
Isn't this kind of a strange game, though? As the start was where we got a big spurt, and then there seemed to be a lull.
But the action is picking back up now.
Kyver.
Okay, one official had a foul, one had a jump ball. They're going with the jump ball.
All right, so
they swap it. As a coach, I like it. It's the same call on the other end. So at least they're being consistent.
But as officials, who overrules?
It should be the one closest to the play.
Into the paint. Calhoun coming up with a loose ball. And here is another jump ball.
Wow, that's 3 of them in a row. That's 3 possessions, 3 jump balls.
Inside 9 to play. From the elbow. A little bit strong on the 2-try from Hawkins. By the way, got some finals in softball and baseball. Baseball, Coastal South has beaten Gadsden State 9-3 in the first of 2. Coastal South in softball beats Bishop State 17-zip in 5.
Wow. But they got some good weather in the state of Alabama today for softball.
Yeah, maybe not tomorrow and Saturday, but yeah, today is nice.
Right. They got to get them in. Probably got to get some double headers in if they can.
And it's fed outside of the paint, and there's the 3-ball.
Yep.
That is Jedikali.
Yeah, good kick out.
One other final score, Coastal North has beaten Enterprise State in the first of 2. The big news where that's concerned is that snaps an 18-game losing streak for Coastal North, so they pick up a win.
I know they're happy about that.
Of course, the interesting thing is that's the first conference game, so who cares about the prior 18? It's what you do in the conference. And a perfect example of that was Snead State in D2 last week in women's basketball. They won 5 games all year, but it happened to be conference games.
Okay.
And they wind up getting to the championship game.
And that's what it's all about. Good pass, good skip, good ball moving so far by Calhoun.
Rogers, over to Rogers, back to Rogers. And as Watkins bringing it baseline, loose ball retrieved and put in by Hawkins.
All 5 people touched the basketball on that possession. Calhoun's got great ball movement. The offense is really flowing.
Muse coughs it up. And Hawkins nearly did the same.
Yeah, but they're going to get a foul. Yeah, Coach wanted an explanation, but that was a foul.
Entering the game from Lawson State, number 10,
I just somehow feel like in those 500-plus wins and I guess about 800 games, you never question the official.
Nah. Good rebound.
Rebounded by Watkins. Rogers off on the three. Hawkins with it. Rogers off on the three.
Wow. That was almost 4 consecutive offensive rebounds. Lawson State's got to do a better job of getting their bodies on somebody to get them out of there.
Putting up the three. That is Wofford with a miss. Sophomore from Nashville. Interception by West.
Yeah, that was unfortunate foul that time.
Foul charged to number 23.
Kennedy Hawkins will get down.
Teams first.
Here comes Farrell back into the game. West will go out.
Entering the game for Lawson State, number 1, Aliyah Farrell.
Into the corner. A miss on the three from Sturdivant. The putback not there. How about a third try? Wofford the bucket of the foul.
So Lawson State's returning the favor, said we're going to crash the glass. You did it on your end, we're going to do it on ours.
Foul charged to Calhoun's number 10, Jada Colley. Her second team second.
Imani Wofford going to the strike.
She's only a 58% free throw shooter, but she shot that one with a lot of poise.
Put in play to Rogers. Only got Coach with us for this game, and then you're off to a nearby venue, Alabama A&M.
Right.
Now, who is playing A&M today in the SWAC?
Grambling State, the number on the women's side, the number 2 ranked team, and on the men's side, the number 1 ranked team coming to town. And Alabama A&M, their women are currently in 4th place. The men are fighting for that 8th spot. So these games are very important to both teams.
3-point ball game. And the first of 2 good for Hawkins. 4-point ball game. 6 minutes, 12 seconds away from halftime. Hal Lusk, our halftime guest. The coordinator of officials.
Yeah. Calhoun's playing a pretty good 2-3 zone. Lawson's trying to be patient and trying to get it inside, but they're going to get Wofford with that walk.
Okay, I'm not real good at this. I do admit struggling between a walk and the Euro step.
Oh.
Now, see, I thought that was almost a Euro.
No. Oh, what steal? Oh, almost a steal.
So there was no Euro too.
No, there was no Euro. That was traveling all over Europe.
Toss down low. Horrison missed. Put Hawkins with a putback.
Good rim run. Coach is going to have to get a timeout. He's going to have to get a timeout.
Aubrey Wiley's got to ask for time. 5:27 to play, half number 1, and Calhoun is roaring out to an 8-point lead.
Media timeout.
5 minutes, 27 seconds left to play in the half. What did Aubrey Wiley do during the timeout?
Well, he's got to talk about defense because they're not getting back in their transition defense. And on the offensive end, they just got to value the basketball. They've had too many turnovers.
Farrell's got it out front.
Almost another turnover.
St. Nearly Lawson able to get it back. Farrell leans in. And you got Rogers and company with the basketball. And it back to Horrison. Over goes top side. That is Watkins with a miss. Game getting underway right on time because the opening game was quick. Inside 90 minutes to get Bishop State and Coastal South done.
Right, they wanted that basketball out of the paint then. Thought the young lady was camped in there for a while. She pitched a 10.
Rogers backing up, fires. Hawkins walked first.
Yep, on that step back. She tried to step back. Didn't get her footwork down right.
Half number one. When we talk with Hal Lusk, we'll be halfway to the other semifinal matchup on the ladies' side, and then we'll get to the men's basketball. Gadsden State and Bishop State getting the buys on the men's side. That is stolen away by Nelson. Takes it coast to coast and draws the foul by Hawkins.
Foul charge to Calhoun's number 23, Kennedy Hawkins. Her second, team's third.
Now that could be trouble for Calhoun. That's Hawkins' second foul.
Number 10, Precious Gerber. Replacing number 21.
Coach has a lot of faith in her because it's 3:43 left in this half with 2 fouls. That's a big gamble.
First of 2 good for Nelson. This is a 60% free throw shooting team.
Yeah, but she shoots it at 79%. She's one of the better, Destiny's one of the better free throw shooters on Lawson's team.
Averaging 8 points a game. Her 20th start of the year. And obviously you got some more Hawks not particularly pleased with the call by the officials.
Right, that's why you got to go ahead and grab the basketball. You don't leave it up to the official.
Put in play to Sturdivant over to Farrell. Nelson for 3. Dips it in and out. Rogers with a board.
They're jamming the rebound, and that's going to leave you open on the other end of the floor. But Lawson was able to recover.
Morrison back out front to Rogers. And then you got a foul, an offensive foul, and Hawkins came out to set the screen.
Now that's her third. See, that was a gamble. As a coach, I wouldn't take that gamble. Not on one of my starters. Once they get that second foul, they're going to sit for the rest of the half. Got to make sure that doesn't come back to bite them in the second half.
Off the glass, Imani Wofford. Over goes to McKeimer. McKeimer in the paint, feeds to Rogers. She's already hit it from really long range. Misses there, rebounded by Say.
Right now Lawson State's playing with a lot more confidence.
Cut it to a 3-point game and a chance to make it dead even or one here.
Good pass.
And it's a 1-point game. 7 unanswered Lawson State points coming out of the timeout. Short on the 3 try from Jada Roberts.
Right, old Mo is in Lawson's favor.
A chance to reclaim the lead. Over to Farrell. Thought about the three. Over goes to Wofford. She'll back up and fire. Too strong. Roberts snagging the rebound and gives it over to Horrison. Horrison into the corner. Down low. Farrell tipped it away. Horrison trying to get it back. Tipped again, tipped again, tipped again. And finally a jump ball.
Jump ball, possession, Lawson State.
Lawson State has turned up the defensive intensity and it's paying off for them. They're within one. They got the momentum. The ball's in their favor.
And number 2, Lawson Rogers.
Over it goes to Wiltshire. Top side, Farrell. Off the glass. Cougars take the lead back on a 9-0 run. Off the window.
Good job.
And we are flip-flopping our lead back and forth. Over to the opposite side, Wiltshire. Pulls up, trying to bank it. There's an offensive
foul.
Player control foul. Challenge to Lawson State's number 2, Asia Wiltshire. Her first.
That'll be the first on Wiltshire.
Step out.
Stoudemire.
Yeah, but you don't want to give up that foul.
Charge to Lawson State's number 10, Precious Thurman.
And that's puts you in the bonus foul.
Right. That's why you don't want to make that foul. You play it straight. You got the momentum.
Number 14, Horrison.
Horrison on the season, a 33% free throw shooter. 5 points a game. Shot a rocket down low, trying to bank it off the glass. Save with a miss.
Right. Now Calhoun has the option, but they're not taking it, going for the last shot. I don't see. You don't have to when you can poke down a 3.
Rogers extending the lead to 5.
Basketball's a game of runs. Calhoun had theirs. Lawson took a run, and now Calhoun's back in control again.
Matter of fact, Lawson State a 9-0 run that turned an 8-point deficit into a 1-point lead, and now a 6-0 Calhoun run. That's put them out in front by 5.
Yeah, Wofford back at the free throw line. She's a 58% free throw shooter.
Snaps the string of unanswered points at 6.
Still enough time for Calhoun to get off a good shot.
A 1-possession game.
They're not going to get it off in time.
And that'll do it for the first half of action. An exciting 20 minutes. We're at halftime. Calhoun with a 30-27 lead. Coach, what do these two teams do in half number 2?
Well, keep playing like they're playing. They both had their runs. They did it by turning up the defensive pressure. If I'm in the locker room, I'm saying the same thing. Our defense is what's gotten us here. Let's keep applying pressure.
Calhoun with a 3-point lead. Hal Lusk, our guest, coming up.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Great to have with us at halftime Hal Lusk, who is the coordinator of the officials for the ACCC event. We, of course, are in the midst of a battle for teams that will eventually try to make their way to the championship game. Hal, you have got an interesting job because officiating so key to the game, and let's face it, over the course of the last several years in particular, officials have taken a beating, and officials have decided as a result, some of them, not to officiate anymore. We'll talk more about that. But let's start with prepping for this event. What is the process of getting guys in place, and what's your job once it all begins?
Yeah, well, you know, as a coordinator of men's basketball officials, it actually started last summer. You know, we have camps during the summer to where we evaluate, we hire, we place people on the staff. Then during the year, assigning the games, dealing with the coaches, ADs, and the commissioner. You know, we have coaches evaluate officials. We take into account the games they work. We try to, within reason, we want the best officials here that we can get. And, you know, of course, we're subject to a little bit of geographic area on our regular games and our tournament. You know, it's just hard to get a guy 6 or 7 hours away, you know, for this. But we have a very good nucleus. Then my job is to select the best people available and put them in these games, and we'll move forward. We've got, you know, 6 guys here today. Some of them will be back tomorrow. Then I'll select 3 guys to work on Saturday. You know, some guys are happy they're going to get to work. Some guys, you know, they're disappointed. But, hey, if they're not disappointed, they shouldn't be in this business anyway. So that's a good part of it.
Let me, by the way, tell our listeners that we are recording just prior to the start of the opening game, and it is loud here in UAH, and that's why you're hearing some of the background music. All right, you know, I noticed this year there are PSAs telling people that, hey, kind of take it easy on umpires, which I believe we should. I mean, it's a tough job, and as I've mentioned previously, I've done probably 10,000 games, and I can't remember a single game that I haven't made a mistake in. So I've made plenty of mistakes over the course of time. But what does it say that we are now at a point where we've got to say, hey, folks, lighten up?
Well, here's our problem, and I deal with this a lot. High school officials, that's where you start. You're going to start at junior college, small college, then from high school, and you're going to move up. But if we don't have a nucleus of high school officials, and it's getting harder and harder, and when you talk to people, the sportsmanship is huge. You know, we've got the coaches, the players, and then the fans. And, you know, when you get a young guy coming in, 23, 24, 25 years old, you know, he goes out and works a few games, and then he says, you know, I don't need to take this abuse for this money, you know. And I explain it that way, and, you know, we've got to get, you know, and it's talked about everywhere. We got to have better sportsmanship within the game. You know, we can't play the game without officiating and officials in the game. And if we don't do something, I'm afraid in 5 to 10 years, our pool of officials is going to be so small, it's going to be really hard to get people, especially at the high school level.
Have you yet seen results of this PSA campaign? I know it is pretty early into the campaign, but have you already seen some results?
Yeah, you know, I think overall this year in the ACCC, our coaches have been very cooperative on the men's side. And I think they, we had a couple of incidents, absolutely. And, I tell coaches, and when I talk with them that, hey, a hard play is going to get a reaction from you. But, it's one reaction and then it's over. We've got to move on. Then, if you violate if you go against unsporting rules, then we've got to address that. That's part of the game. And I explain to coaches that the one or two that we've had to eject because of two technicals, I said, Coach, I get the first one. You were upset. It was a hard play. We may have missed a play. But after the first one, you're going to sit out the next game. Now you've penalized your kids, your fans. You're not going to be in the arena. So, we really – it's been better, in my opinion. I think it's a good program. It's a good campaign, and I think we really need something out there for this.
All right, what is your job once the officiating in the games begin? I mean, are you evaluating these guys and these ladies and determining whether they will officiate another game, or are they working on their game?
Well, yeah, I tell some guys, when you get to this point, hopefully you've got your very best out there. We're still going to miss plays, but my job for the next 2 days is I'm going to select the 3 that will work Saturday, and a lot's got to go into it based on, geographics and different things. But my job's to work. I'll have 8 guys here in 2 days, and I'll pick 3 of those. In my mind, I pretty well have an idea, but as I tell them, I say, guys, anything could happen. If you happen to have a bad game or something goes astray with a coach that's moving on, then, I'm not going to throw gas on the fire. I'm going to, hey, I'm going to have to set you aside and let the next guy work. And that happens not very often, but it does happen.
Well, I think you kind of answered my next question, and that is there things on the floor today that could change your mind? And I apparently think there could be.
Oh, yeah, without a question. You've got some there's a lot that goes into it. And, the coaches have no input into who we select for the tournament, who we assign to the games. That's my job. I talked with the commissioner about it, with Dean about it, let him know who's coming. He sees the list and who I've got coming. And so it's, at the end of the day, it's my job. And I'll talk with the commissioner and tell him, hey, these are the 3 guys I think perform the best, and based on geographics and several other factors, that these are the 3 guys, and we'll have 1 guy come in as a standby. Normally it's one of the guys that have worked. Sometimes we bring in a little bit younger guy to get him some exposure to this arena, to getting ready, and then probably next year he'll get to work a game in the tournament if he has a good year.
Now, you do obviously more than the ACCC, so who all do you work with?
Well, I assigned 4 leagues. I assigned Mississippi Junior College along, and then 2 NAIA leagues, the Southern States Athletic Conference and the Gulf Coast Athletic Conference. And I was very fortunate. I spent 27 years on the floor and worked for some really good supervisors and coordinators. I learned a lot from them. I was the assistant coordinator in the SEC for 3 years, and you learned a whole lot there in a hurry. But yeah, I got 4 leagues, and that's really good. And we kind of sell the deal, or I have on, and other coordinators are, that a consortium, a group of 2, 3, 4 leagues together, that gives us more leverage to get a guy to come work for us, say in this tournament versus another tournament. And our regular season, if I'm giving a guy 25 games and he's working in another league that's getting 5 games, well, he's going to be a little more loyal to me. So that's and that's what's happening at the Division I level. If you've noticed, there's consortiums of 5 or 6 leagues together, and that's to pool officials and to get the best available officials and build a staff from the bottom up all the way up.
You mentioned it. I'll let you go after this question, but you mentioned 27 years on the floor. What is the toughest level to officiate?
Oh, well, and I tell people this. I've said it for years, and it's just the pressure and the atmosphere. But if you can referee junior college / community college basketball, you can referee in a lot of arenas. Because, if it can happen, it's going to happen in a junior college basketball. That's where I started in 1982 in Mississippi Junior College, and you know, you don't have a monitor. You know, you're dealing with people. A lot of people are volunteering to do a clock or the scorebook, and you learn to solve a lot of problems. You know, and then, you know, and your goal, and I explain this to officials, and I say this in a lot of meetings. I say it in coaches' meetings, that out of the officials you have, 10% of the officials do it because they're older. The money doesn't mean a lot to them. They love the game, and you know they're moving forward from there. 10% of the guys want to be on TV. You know, they are working. They're going to camps. They're studying. They're learning. They listen. They call me. They look at film. And then 80% of the guys that we have working basketball, they like the game. They want to be around it, and you know they put forth an effort. And you just hope that's the best we can get out there.
Hal Lusk is the official of the coordinator of officials. I guess he's an official too.
Former.
But great to have you with us at halftime. Thanks for the insight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for two on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Welcome back. We get ready for second half action in a 30-27 contest. Break it down, Coach, specifically. I mean, Cougars to overcome the three-point deficit. Calhoun to widen that measure. What do?
Well, you got to do it on the defensive end. Both teams have had their runs, and this second half they're going to continue to have runs. One key thing now, Kendra Hawkins picked up her 3rd foul. I think that's going to be key.
And, of course, Hawkins, one of the Warhawks. And she's one of the Warhawks that is on the floor at this moment. I mean, is that?
No, well, she's probably not on the floor now because of that 3rd foul.
Well, I thought I saw a 23, did I not?
No, 23 is on the bench over there.
Yeah,
and see, that hurt Calhoun. I thought when she picked up that 2nd foul that she should have come out the game, because that's a lot of time left in the basketball game.
So obviously a little different look to the starting lineup in the second half as compared to the first, with Hawkins out.
Right, and she's the lead scorer. She had 10 points in the first half.
And she was the leading rebounder.
Right. But Lawson said they don't care. They did what they had to do.
That's the beauty of the game.
Yep.
Warhawks, they're depressed, and Cougars are elated at the moment.
Block.
It was Womack with a block. And an opportunity for the Cougars to take the lead, thrown away.
Yep, turnover.
Rogers has Rogers on the other end of that was a Tom Brady.
But see, Rogers never made it down the court, so she was snowbird.
Well, that was a Tom Brady pass.
Yeah, and then you get the inbound violation by Lawson State. You got to pay attention to detail.
Calhoun with the 3-point lead. Barely into the second half. Battle for the loose ball. I got 1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
Yeah.
Jump ball possession, Lawson State.
Well, yeah, and you had 3 Lawson State players, 2 Calhoun.
Yep.
So I guess that's why Lawson got
it. And that tells you that basketball is very important to them.
Indeed.
Good job of breaking the press.
Off on the 3 try by Nelson. Down to Rogers.
Yep, that was a good push ahead.
Back over to Rogers. A brief look into the corner to Horson. Now throws it
pass.
It was a perfect pass.
That was a good pass.
And by the way, I'm talking about the first one, not the second one
Yes.
that went out of bounds. But man, that was just a perfect pass. Lofted over to the defenders. And
right. Now Calhoun's coming with their 3/4 court pressure.
out of bounds off Owens. And by the way, Lawson staying on the floor for the next game too.
Think they're going to get a hold? Yeah, they're going to get Watkins on that hold.
And Watkins has 3.
That's her third.
Second team foul.
Over to Wofford. Wofford with a miss, rebounded by Owens. Horrison from just outside of the paint. Rim blasting 2.
Right, she just advanced the basketball. They didn't stop her, so she did what she was supposed to do. She read what the defense gave and took it. Oh, a little too much on that one, on that pass. Right idea, too much mustard on it.
Here comes Jatosia West to the scorer's table, getting ready to check in a moment for the Cougars. Rogers out front to Horrison.
Good backdoor cut. Good backdoor cut.
Rogers with an opportunity for another.
Right. That was a great backdoor cut.
This Calhoun squad is one of the better passing teams.
Right, well, they displayed it on that.
At the line, shooting one.
Largest lead was 8 and could go to 8 now. Adam Slay is in the house with.
And that was gonna stay on this end. Calhoun was able to recover that one. Lawson State knocked that one out of bounds. Inbounds to Calhoun, and right now, good pass. So 3-point shot out of the corner, no good. That one will go out of bounds, and now it'll stay in the hands of Lawson State. Lawson to come up with that on the rebound.
7.5 to go here in the third. Over to Farrell. Farrell bringing it into the charity stripe. A little bit strong, and Owens will snag it over to Horrison. Horrison, long two, banked it, at least trying to. And Nelson will grab the rebound. Still a 7-point game, largest Calhoun lead, 8.
Oh, they're going to leave it to her. Offensive foul. One official deferred to the other. They came up with the offensive foul.
You like the call?
Yes, I do. I thought she was there.
That'll be the first on West.
Right. Both teams are coming out in their full court pressure. They want the basketball. They're trying to dictate tempo.
Lob down the floor to Rogers. Horrison picking up the dribble. Rogers with it top side. Shot clock dwindling. 5 seconds out of bounds.
Yep. Now time and score. The people on the floor need to understand there's only 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Each possession now means something.
In play to Rogers. She'll shoot. Wow. Shoot hit. That's a long 2.
Long 2. Great recognition by Rogers.
Biggest Calhoun lead of the game at 9.
Gonna get a walk. Lawson State, the Cougars have got to get their composure.
Here comes Hawkins with those 3 personals.
Right. She's been on the bench for a long time. You think about how long she sat in the second quarter and then the beginning of this third quarter.
6 minutes, 16 seconds to play in the third. A timeout on the floor with the Warhawks leading by 9.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. More than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
That is the commissioner of the ACCC, Dean Myrick, on the other side of the floor, doing a little camera work of his own in a 38-29 contest here on the campus of the University of Alabama in Huntsville. And the Warhawks, and I know this is little, these are the things I noticed, Coach, and that is, I thought they were leaving the floor.
Yep.
But they actually go over to the side wall.
Yep.
Is that, I guess, to get away from the distraction?
Correct. That way you got your team full attention.
Rogers. Another 3.
Yep. She's feeling it right now.
First double-digit lead of the game. Nelson loses it. Rogers grabs it. Ladies battling to try to get it back.
Right. And the officials are trying to make sure that they keep this one in order because it's becoming physical out there.
Well, and I think Rogers was like, okay, You can jump on my back. You can scratch me up, but don't mess with the
dude. Yep. And I can't say, I won't say anything about the dude, but it does make it hard to read the numbers.
It does indeed. 41-29 game. Rogers taking it baseline. And there is a foul. That'll be charged to Precious Sturdivant. And that's a couple of fouls on Sturdivant.
Right. Coach Wiley's trying to use his bench to try to change the tempo. But he's trying to offset what Calhoun is doing. So it's going to be a tough battle this rest of this 5:36.
You got to like what the Warhawks did, though, without Hawkins, their first half leading scorer and rebounder, with her on the floor, or on the bench, and not on the floor.
Right.
It stays 41-29 after a couple of misses.
That's a good pass.
Nelson missing on the three. Colley able to get it over to Rogers. And she'll wait for teammates.
Good pass.
Owens flipping it over to Rogers.
And they're going to get a foul.
And let's see who it's on. It is Farrell.
Right.
Foul charge for Lawson State's number 1, Alaya Farrell, her first, team's fourth.
That'll be the first on Farrell, fourth in the quarter on the Cougars.
Right, and that's a bad sign now. You one foul away from putting them in the double bonus.
Hawkins, I'm not sure Sturdivant knew the ball had been inbounded.
That's her first basket of the second half.
12 in the game. From the top of the key, there's a significant Sturdivant three.
Still 11-point game for the Warhawks.
Over to the timeline, Rogers.
No, that's going to be a walk.
And there is a media timeout. 4 minutes, 27 seconds left to play in the third. And the Warhawks by 11.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Four minutes, 27 seconds left to play here in the third. Second of two quarterfinal matchups. Bishop State into the semis. And obviously, a couple of teams had already punched their ticket based on their regular season play. Shelton State 1, Wallace Hansford a 2.
And then they're going inside right now. Wide open. No good. Rebound. And that's Hawkins coming down with it for the Warhawks. And here comes Rogers on the push. Oh, they're going to get it for a double dribble. Mishandled the dribble. So Lawson State inbound the ball with 4:08 left on the clock, leading 43-32. Calhoun is sitting back in his zone now.
Wofford losing it in the paint, and Owens trying to get it, and apparently a foul committed by Howell.
Right, Howell's going to get that, and that puts should put Calhoun in the bonus.
Foul charge.
I am beginning to ask myself in watching so much basketball, did a player ever commit the foul? I mean, is there ever a play where they're like, me? It wasn't me.
Shooting 2 for Calhoun.
That foul, by the way, the second on Howell.
Number 21, Dominique Owens.
Dominique Owens, the 5'10 freshman from Birmingham.
Offensive rebound that time, but they didn't capitalize on it.
Outland goes to Farrell.
Farrell
Off the
took that
glass.
one all the way.
Makes it a single-digit lead.
Lawson State is trying to make their run, and they're doing it by picking up the defensive pressure. They're picking up higher in the half court.
Fed over to Hawkins, and Jamani Waver apparently got a hand on Hawkins.
Foul charge to number 24, Jamani Waver.
That has got Hawkins headed to the stripe.
At the line, shooting 2 for Calhoun. Number 23, Kennedy Hawkins.
Now, Hawkins is only a 63% free throw shooter. But in the first half, she was able to put a few down. That's a good-looking stroke. In the first half, she was 2 out of 4 from the free throw line.
Couple of teams that met twice during the regular season and split. Warhawks with 1, Cougars with 1. Farrell off on the 3. Hawkins with a board in double digits and rebounds and points. And then you got contact, and Rogers going to be charged with a foul.
Right.
Bumping into Waver.
Right, and that was unfortunate because she was trying to save the basketball. Harrison was trying to make a play, and really all she had to do was just wait, be a little patient on that one.
Regular season meeting between these two. Both teams won on the road, not at home.
Oh, wow.
Now playing on a neutral site.
Yep. Quick trip down I-65.
Off on the 3 try by Wiltshire. Farrell's got it. Into the paint, nice speed. Sturdivant couldn't finish.
Right. And all Calhoun has to do now is right now they got more in their favor. They just have to be patient on the offensive end. Just execute.
Stolen away by Waver. And that is a Wofford 2. Back to a single-digit lead. Down to Owens. And Owens with a
Get a
mishap.
foul out of bounds. Oh, no, that's going to be a foul. Oh, that's Hawkins.
Charge to Calhoun's number 23, Kennedy Hawkins. Her 4th, team's 4th.
Now, that'll hurt the Lady Warhawks.
Here comes Watkins back into the ballgame. She's got 3 as the 4 fouler Hawkins goes out.
Good pick and roll. Great pick and roll. Good recognition.
7-point game. Nearly taken away. Warhawks get it back. Colley feeding down low to Rogers. There's a foul, and that'll be charged to Owens.
Foul charge to number 21, Calhoun's Dominique Owens. Her 2nd.
Right, they call it a legal screen on that one. I wasn't sure about that one. I'm not sure about that one.
Second foul on Owens. Farrell just a tad short on the three. .122 to play in the third. Watkins bringing it down low, but the offensive will negate the bucket.
Offensive foul on that one. Oh, boy. Coach said, no way. I agree with you, Coach. I agree with Coach Vincent on that one. Boy, if they could review, that would be one they need to review. Now Calhoun has to sit back in this zone, and that's going to leave the three open.
Rebounded by Colley. Over to Rogers, into the corner to Rogers. Messiah to Kasaya.
Now that should be a foul. And the girls are talking. The referee's got to step in.
You do not want to get kicked out of
No,
game.
not at this game. And because it could lead to you being suspended for the next game. And if you win today's game, you're not helping your team for the next game. So you gotta play with emotion, but don't be emotional.
Foul called on Wayburn. Owens at the stripe. Second foul on Wayburn. A 9-point ball game inside a minute to play in the third.
Got a good ball game going. Both teams are settling in now. Wow.
Sturdivant.
That'll get you back in the game quick.
Makes it a 2-possession ball game.
Good pass.
Rogers for two.
They've been working this backdoor play all game long.
Foul called on, I believe, Rogers. Nope, it'll be.
I think there's going to be Owens on that one.
It'll be McIver, I think.
Oh, McIver.
At the line, shooting to Cornell State, number 3.
Her second foul.
Nelson.
McIver.
And
Well, I guess I saw Owen reacting to that one. I thought it was on her.
Well, and Rogers reacted too, so I thought it was on Rogers. So it was McIver, though, that commits the person. Calhoun's Warhawks seeing that lead diminish. Back to a 6-point game. Owens missing the shot, out of bounds off Sturdivant.
Yeah, you got 8 seconds left on the game clock.
From the corner, air ball on the Connie 3. Owens with an outstanding defensive play.
Coach is looking for a foul on that play. He can't believe there was no call. But we got us a barn burner here, 49-43.
10 minutes to go, fourth stanza coming up.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
10 minutes left in the season for one of these two.
Oh, yes. And neither team wants to go down. Good inside pass, good interior pass, good high-low from Sturtevant. That's a great pass.
And it's a 4-point game.
Sturtevant is making her presence known.
Over it goes to Horrison. Horrison with a miss. Rebounded by Wofford, and the Cougars could make it 2, maybe 1.
Stepped on the baseline.
Nelson had her heels out of bounds.
Yep.
Nullifies the 3. Over to Rogers, thinking about the 3, puts it on the floor instead. Will launch it from the right side.
Good rebound by Hawkins.
It'll eventually wind up going out of bounds, having last touched Cougar.
Now Hawkins comes into this fourth quarter with 4 fouls already, so she's got to be careful.
Hawkins feeding it over to Rogers, shoots the 3, off the rim. Lewis snagging the board and hands it over to Nelson.
They kick it back to Sturtevant. She'll put it up.
Got it. 3 threes in the game for Sturtevant.
Yep, she's hit some timely shots.
It is a 1-point game. Who did it touch last? Nelson.
Oh.
Contact.
Yep.
And apparently Nelson initiating the contact.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get Nelson on that one. Yep.
Foul charge to Lawson State's number 3, Destiny Nelson. Her second, team's first.
Eight minutes, 30 seconds left to play.
Right, coach is trying to get a quick timeout so Nelson can get her shoe tied up. Veteran move.
In play. And then tipped out of bounds by Nelson. So we'll move a little bit further down the floor, and Rogers will try to put it in play again. Able to get it out to Hawkins.
Watch for the coming out of this set, they like going with that backdoor cut.
Off the rim. Snagged by Nelson, and the Cougars could take the lead.
They better find Sturtevant.
Air ball on the 3 try from Wofford.
So now it's going to be whoever can value the basketball. Good pass.
Hard Sturtevant foul. And Hawkins will head to the stripe.
Foul charge to Lawson State's number 10.
That'll be 3 on Sturtevant.
Her third, team's second. At the line, shooting 2 for Calhoun, number 23, Kennedy Hawkins.
Let's see if it comes down to a free throw shooting contest. Both of these teams are not, they don't do a very good job. Lawson State shoots it at 60% on the year, and Calhoun's even worse at 56%. So you don't want to come down to a free throw shooting contest.
I think we've talked about it in games past, but free throw shooting over the years has deteriorated.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So in today's game, you need to keep the ball in the hands of the person who's having a good day today from the free throw line.
Couple of misses for Hawkins, and we stay in a 1-point game. Into the paint, Lewis trying to get a feel for where Hawkins was, and plus, heck, commit the foul. She wants Hawkins to foul.
Right, because Hawkins can do nothing back there with her.
Off from the top of the key, grabbed by Nelson.
Nelson tried to ease one in on him. Thought the Warhawks were not getting back.
Cougars have quietly grabbed their first lead in the second half. 3 ball from West off the rim. And that will go out of bounds off Hawkins. Put in play by West. Back into the corner it goes. Wofford. There's Nelson on the drive. The miss rebounded by Hawkins.
Now can Calhoun be patient on the offensive end and run their set?
Into the corner to Colley. Pulls up from outside of the paint. The double pump. Not there, but Hawkins with the board and points. And that will take us to the timeout of the 6:47 mark. And the Warhawks will head over to their meeting place next to the wall. Six minutes, 47 seconds left to play, and heck, we don't know who's going to win this one.
Right. Got a great ball game going.
51-50 contest, quarterfinals. It's what you want out of your games that decide who move on or who moves onto the house.
Right, and you got a nice crowd for a semifinal game too. A quarterfinal game. I'm sorry.
A couple of teams that aren't too far from here. $51-50 contest. West with it, top of the key. Over the rim and drops it in. Desharia Lewis.
Right. Because Hawkins has to be careful.
Rogers.
Back door.
Those are the shots you got to make.
Oh, yeah.
Wofford bringing it out front, resetting the Cougar offense. Contact and offensive charge to Wofford.
That's the right call.
Ball control foul charge to number 12, Imani Wofford. Her first, team's third.
But now it's crunch time. You got to be able to execute your offense. The back door's been open all day for Calhoun. They just didn't finish the play this time. There it is again.
Play finished this time.
Right.
And that'll be Watkins. Watkins, another one of those Warhawks with foul issues. Sturdivant missing from the top of the key, rebounded by Hawkins. Or Watkins, rather. Rogers trying to get into Rogers. You think they've done that a time or two?
Yep. And she was telling her sister put a little more on it, a little bit more on it, and she feels like she could have come up with that one.
Number 14, Micaiah Horrison.
Horrison coming into the ball game. Rogers to put it in play from the baseline. All three of them. There are a couple of bunnies that have been missed by Owens.
Right, but there's no time to panic. Both teams still got a lot of time left in this game to get the job done.
Just a one-point game with 4:47 to go. Horrison with it after the turnover. Over to Rogers. Horrison the miss, rebounded by Wofford.
Right, Hawkins couldn't pursue that because she had the 4 fouls.
Off the glass, but no good for Lewis.
All right, Lawson has to be careful now. That's their 4th team foul.
Lewis picking up her first foul.
Checking in for Lawson State, number 24, Giovanni Weaver.
But more importantly, that's their 4th team foul, so one more for the Warhawks, and they'll be in the double bonus.
Rogers giving it back to
Good slip,
Hawkins.
Good slip. They do a good job of executing the pick and roll.
And Lewis will pick up another foul. Foul free until about 30 seconds ago, and now 2 in the span of a half minute.
First team foul at the line, shooting 2 for Calhoun. Number 23, Kennedy Hawkins.
The free throw boogaboo. Crunch time, you need them.
Inside 4 to go in the game. Calhoun trying to put a little more breathing room. And not able to do it at the stripe. And let's see if there's another opportunity after the Watkins rebound.
I just think for Calhoun to take this home, they need both Rogers on the floor to settle the team now.
Off the mark for Watkins. Farrell with a loose ball. And Nelson bringing it down for the Cougars, trying to reclaim the lead. Three ball from Nelson short. Farrell able to snag it. She'll hit it. Just took that away from Owens.
Back and forth.
Drive to the glass, the shot no good. The follow-up is good. Kennedy Hawkins. Jumper off the mark from three-point range. Teammates battling. Eventually it is Hawkins with a board.
So time and score. You're up by 1. All you got to do is execute your offense.
Rogers. And it is Hawkins with yet another rebound. Owens with a miss. Tipped out of bounds. And that was Weaver that last got a hand on it.
So you got 20 seconds on the shot clock. Now they're bringing, that is Sturdivant coming back in.
Number 10, Precious Sturdivant. Replacing number 24, Jermaine Weaver.
Weaver coming out, Sturdivant, as you mentioned, coming in.
Right. I think that's an offensive move. I think they'll be looking for Sturdivant on the other end of the floor.
Lead goes to 3.
Hawkins dominating the glass, scoring in the second half. Not a bad foul because that's their first team foul. And
Foul charge to Calhoun's number 14.
now here's the closer. That's why I said I thought that the other Rogers need to be in the game. I think she's bringing her in now so that she can help settle the club down. If they can defend here, they can put this one on ice. And they just did the defend.
So now you got Lisaya and Kasaya. Jump ball and
Calhoun, so now you work on possessions now. You're up by 3. You take your time. You don't have to be in a hurry. And I'm thinking that's why they got both of the Rogers on the floor, but
over to Owens. Rogers to Rogers.
right, they can be patient. They don't have to do it right now. Now it's time to go.
6 on the shot clock. Turnaround. That is a Hawkins miss, and she has struggled at the line. We'll go there now.
She missed, I know she missed her last 2, so now she's got to step to the line. And with 1:45 seconds on the clock, and you only have one team foul, you can afford to be the Warhawks can afford to be aggressive, but you need to put down a couple free throws. I hate to say this, but you might have to run your offense without running it through her.
1 of 2.
So now Calhoun can get up and defend. Now, you don't give up a straight line drive.
Rebounded by Hawkins. Comes out of the pack with it. Got Rogers on the other end of the floor.
Now.
And there was a timeout on the floor. Asked for by Calhoun.
Right now, if I'm in Calhoun's huddle, I'm looking at my personnel. I'm looking at the stat sheet to see who's been hitting free throws today. I want to make sure that those people have that basketball in their hand. On the other bench over here at Lawson State, I'm looking at that same stat sheet. I want to see who's been missing. Because if we're going to put somebody on the line, we're going to put the person that's missed the most free throws, and we've got a chance to score with the clock stop and get the basketball back with the clock stop. So that's what they got to be looking at. Ball security for Calhoun. Who are we going to foul after we try to defend for Lawson State?
1 minute, 26 seconds left.
I don't know about this sub now. That came out, well, maybe it's different in JUCO, but we couldn't make that sub what they just made.
In play to Hawkins.
No, too fast. That's too much time. You didn't need, clock was more important.
Wofford putting up the 3. Nails it.
Clock was more important. Time and score. Athletes have to understand time and score. There was no need for Calhoun to try to score with 16 seconds left on the shot clock.
Timeout on the floor with 1:10 to go. Calhoun by 1. Well, Coach Madonna Thompson is in the house. There you see Coach over on the far sidelines. Loves the game. passionate about the game, and heck, I guess that's got something to do with 700 wins.
Oh, yes.
$1:10 to play.
So Lawson doesn't have – you got plenty of time left in the game. All they got to do is play solid defense because Calhoun can't put them away because they're not hitting their free throws.
In and out, tipped away, out of bounds. Say got a piece of it last.
So they got 20 more seconds on the shot clock, but now you got to get it inbounds.
Owens with a miss, and again, off a Cougar this time, Womack. Rogers, a two-pointer that winds up in Wofford's hands, and the Cougars with a chance to claim the lead.
They got it.
Off the glass and rim. Rogers trying to get it down to Owens, and the foul committed by Wiltshire.
To Lawson State's number 3, Destiny Nelson.
So that's
third.
Well, I heard some oh no's in there.
Right. Yeah.
You're not liking
No.
Dominique Owens.
Now, Owens is going to the free throw line, and she shoots it at 35% on the season. It's a big free throws.
"37 seconds to play in a one-point game. Obviously a lot at stake. Win, and you play tomorrow in the semis.
Got that one.
And it's a two-point contest.
Timeout, Lawson State.
Timeout on the floor. 37 seconds left. One plays tomorrow. One does not.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
So Lawson had an opportunity to advance the basketball. That was the purpose of that timeout.
37 seconds left to play.
Right. I didn't think you could make that sub. Yeah, I was right the first time. Right.
So did they get away with that?
Yeah, they got away with it
time?
the first time. I didn't think that was right.
Put in play to Wofford. A 2-point Calhoun lead, big possession. Farrell needing a little help. Feeds it over to Nelson.
Oh.
Got it. Tied at 59. And it looks like Calhoun, at least the early body language is win it or go to OT.
Yeah, they're not going to even get a shot off with this.
Off the rim.
That's the end of regulation. Our score, Calhoun 59.
Well, Coach, we wanted you to hang around a little bit longer.
I see. And I really.
You don't have anything to do today, do you? 59 apiece. Overtime coming up. Coach, you're going to have to hit the road. You've got some SWAC basketball at Alabama A&M, and your schedule didn't account for some OT, but
yep.
But we got it.
Hey, look, this is an interesting game. Calhoun had an opportunity to put this game away late, but they were not able to put their free throws down. I think one of the biggest keys right now, though, with Hawkins with 4 fouls, that's huge for Calhoun now. She played most of that fourth quarter without fouling. But if I was Lawson State, I would be trying to attack her because she's the big key. She's the inside presence, and she's their top rebounder. Even though on the offensive end, she's a liability with the free throws now because she has missed some big free throws down the stretch. But both of these teams deserve they deserve to extend their season.
I know you got to go. Thank you very much for dropping in. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, I'll be here tomorrow.
Van Penaway, who is the longtime basketball coach and brilliant basketball mind, with us for game 1 and regulation in game number 2. Farrell dropping in the first points of the OT period. Over goes to Hawkins, who's been playing with 4 personals for quite a while now. And is Watkins with a miss on the 3 try, but it will go out of bounds off of Nelson. In overtime, Rogers from the corner hits the 3.
Rogers for 3.
'Over goes to Wofford. Farrell. She'll splash in the 3 ball.
Farrell for 3.
64-62 Cougar lead. Overtime in the quarterfinals. Rogers took a pass, had the heel out of bounds. Seconds into the overtime period, Farrell for the charity stripe. Wofford trying to coax it in. 1 try for the putback, not there. And Womack nearly took out a Calhoun cheerleader. She didn't know the cheerleader was there and was about to do that fist pump. And it was like, whoops, can't do that here. Might hit somebody. Into the corner. Off the rim for the Wofford 3. Back over to Womack. And a Calhoun foul.
Foul charge to Calhoun 17, Messiah Rogers. Her 3rd personal, 2nd team foul.
Foul called on Messiah Rogers.
At the line, Jakaya Womack.
Womack trying to extend it beyond 2 possessions, but won't. Missing the first of 2. Flipped over to Watkins. Watkins with the drive, the miss. Rebounded by Hawkins. Horrison with a miss. And again, the rebound snagged by the Warhawks. Into the corner, knocked down is Nelson. And she will be charged with a personal. That is 4 on Nelson.
Destiny Nelson, her 4th personal. At the line, shooting 2 for Calhoun, Kennedy Hawkins.
Kennedy Hawkins at the strike. And she will make the first of 2. Hawkins a 50-50 free throw shooter, 17 points a game. One of 3 double-digit scores for the Warhawks. Pull-up jumper Farrell, missing from short range, and Hawkins will snag it. Down low to Hawkins, off the glass. Sterneman says, get that out of here. There is a whistle and foul. Womack with the personal.
Lawson State foul, charged to number 21, JockJive Womack. Her 4th personal. At the line, shooting 2 for Calhoun.
Well, you can just look at the body language, the facial expressions. It is warfare. And it is fatiguing. Hawkins, the sophomore from relatively nearby Florence. Knotted up at 65, and she breaks the tie.
Checking in for Lawson State, number 23, Keziah Say. Replacing number 10, Precious Sturdivant.
By the way, we're going to start the 4 o'clock game late. Compliments of a long, now nearly 2-hour contest. Top side to Nelson. And there was a foul on the Nelson drive. That'll be charged to Owens. Make that Horrison.
To number 14, Horrison.
Horrison picking up her 3rd. Wofford with it out front.
Aliyah Farrell.
Jumper from the elbow. It is short. Farrell's got him. Lawson State trying to handle the lead. Wofford lays it up and in.
Wofford.
And it's a Lawson State 3-point lead with a minute and some change to go. Hawkins rattling in the 2.
Hawkins.
Wofford. Lawson State with a 1-point lead. A 3 makes it a 2-possession game. A 2 keeps it at 1. From the top of the key, Nelson missing on the 3. Rogers has got it. Over to Horrison. And there was a foul as Hawkins brings it to the glass.
Foul charge to number 12, Amani Wofford, her 2nd. Timeout, Calhoun, a full
Timeout on the floor. 26 seconds remaining. And the Cougars by 1.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. a tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. More than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
Big free throws coming up. 26 seconds remain. In the first of, could we have multiple OTs?
At the line for Calhoun, number 23.
Well, I know we could.
Kennedy Hawkins.
Maybe more appropriately, will we have? Big free throw. Ties it. And now Hawkins looking for a bigger one to break the tie. Hits them both. Wow, big Hawkins free throws. Had struggled earlier, but when she needs them, she gets them. And the Warhawks are up by 1. Well, if I'm not mistaken, that is the AD at Calhoun. And then we got all kinds of ACCC royalty here in the house. 22 seconds left. Sturdivant, air ball on the 3. We will head to the other end of the floor.
Her second personal.
Nine seconds to play. Trying to expand the lead. It will stay a one-possession game no matter what. Watkins with her first. And her second. Warhawks hitting the free throws when they need them most. Timeout on the floor. 9 to go. Seconds to go in the game. Cougars needing 3. Wofford top of the key. Flips it outside of the paint. 3 ball off the rim, and that's the ball game. 72-69 in overtime. This one is over. It takes OT to finish it. What a ball game. 2 of the books. Ladies are done. Time for the gentlemen to take to the hardwood. That'll happen in right at 30 minutes. See you then. For the ACCC and JockJive, I'm Robert Williamson. So long, everybody.